We all kind of saw this news coming, but it's still a bit disappointing, and that is Hall of Famer Goran Ivanisevic will no longer coach fellow former Wimbledon champion Elena Rybakina. This isn't your typical coaching split. In fact, it's very worrying if you're a fan of Elena Rybakina's, and it truly makes me wonder if she'll ever achieve major success again. Hey, I'm Christian Bassnight, and welcome to Christian's Court, where I cover tennis from all angles. If you have not yet already, make sure you subscribe and click that notification bell so you're notified whenever I post more updates on this Elena Rybakina situation. Earlier this morning, Goran Ivanisevic posted on his IG story, "After our trial period that is finished with the Australian Open, I wish Elena and her team the best of luck moving forward." Rybakina first announced that Goran would join her team in a press conference at the WTA Finals back in November. The two spent the offseason training with one another and all looked well at the United Cup at the start of the year, which was the pair's first official event together. Rybakina won her first three matches with ease at the United Cup, but before her semifinal against Iga Swiatek, she announced that her longtime coach Stefanos Vukov, who she split with before the 2024 US Open, would be rejoining her team. This news is a bit unsettling to people, as there were reports that Vukov mistreated Rybakina and was her trigger for some of her health issues she experienced last season. Rybakina, however, has always denied that Vukov mistreated her, but a day or so after she announced that he'd be rejoining the team, The Athletic published an article revealing that the WTA launched an investigation into Vukov, who still traveled to Australia to support Elena for the Australian Open. Stefano was barred from being credentialed while under a provisional WTA suspension for allegedly breaching the tour's code of conduct. The Athletic also reported that Ivanisevic was allegedly blindsided by the news of Vukov rejoining the team, and he considered quitting before the Australian Open. Apparently, in an emotional meeting, Rybakina pleaded with Ivanisevic to stay on her team because she did not want to be without a coach for the Australian Open. This is according to three sources with personal and professional relationships with Rybakina and Ivanisevic, who were briefed on the situation. These sources also said that Ivanisevic found coaching Rybakina during this time while the WTA investigated Vukov and such very challenging. It seems like Rybakina got some snakes in her camp, not gonna lie, as they keep talking and spilling her tea to the Athletic. Anyways, Ivanisevic obviously agreed to coach Rybakina in Melbourne, where she ultimately lost to Madison Keys in the fourth round, 6-3, 1-6, 6-3. In her post-match press conference following the defeat to Keys, Rybakina said that while Vukov was not in the crowd during any of her matches, she'd spoken to him before and between her matches. To me, I don't know why Rybakina would plead so hard for Ivanisevic to stay as her coach if she already had Vukov essentially coaching her again between matches, but maybe she was just worried about the optics of him leaving so soon after just one tournament. Before the Australian Open, Ivanisevic told Ben Rothenberg's Bounces that he did want to stay and coach Rybakina, but that him remaining was contingent on the WTA's investigation into Vukov. According to two other sources, the WTA decided to not issue a decision on Vukov and their investigation into him until Rybakina's exit from the Australian Open, and they might not release a decision until the tournament concludes. To be honest, I just get bad vibes from Rybakina's career now. She clearly has a lot of talent, and I think she has the best serve in women's tennis right now. Elena is also just extremely hard to beat whenever she's healthy and playing her best tennis. I'm going to give Elena the benefit of the doubt until the WTA completes its investigation into Vukov, and I'll just say I believe her that Vukov indeed never mistreated her. But still, she handled the situation with Ivanisevic so poorly, and I can't wrap my head around how she would fumble such a coach and Goran. I don't understand why she would split from Stefano, manage to bag such a coach in Ivanisevic, who coached Novak Djokovic to 9+ slam singles titles, and then go back and run to Stefano. Like, what's the logic behind that? And to me, I feel like she probably was essentially forced to split from Stefano around the time of the US Open when he was allegedly suspended by the WTA, and I don't think she ever really wanted to split from him, and again was probably just forced to. But I don't think Vukov is that great of a coach to be doing all of this over. They probably should have split regardless. Rybakina has not made a slam final since the 2023 Australian Open, which in my opinion is too long for a player of her caliber and of her talent. She and Vukov were with each other since basically the start of her career in 2019. I feel like it was probably time for them to part anyways. Their relationship ran its course, and it is not normal to stay with one coach for your entire career. And I know Rybakina said previously that, oh, why would I split with him and we had such success? I don't know anyone else who could coach someone as low ranked as me and then they won a woman in title. Like, no, that's very normal for a player to stay with a coach from the bottom to the top and then ultimately leave them when they feel like they've outgrown their relationship. That whole statement in itself was weird to me too. I thought Rybakina was destined to do great things with Ivanisevic, and people were afraid of the partnership because, again, she's already so talented, but when you add a Hall of Fame player and a great coach like Ivanisevic in the mix, she could be unstoppable, to be honest. I was confident before that Rybakina would win at least another major singles title, but to be honest, I'm a little bit doubtful of that now. Again, I don't like at all how she did Goran, and I think it's very, very disrespectful to treat anyone like this, but especially a coach of this caliber, to blindside him all over a Stefanos Vukov. Like, are you serious? What's not clicking? I say her career might be in jeopardy because, again, Goran said that him staying with Rybakina was contingent on the WTA's investigation into Vukov, and he might have already caught wind of the situation and said, oh God, this is not looking good. I'm out. I'm a dip. So there is a chance that the WTA might uphold its suspension of Vukov, which means that he might not be able to adequately coach Rybakina like a coach should from the sidelines, and that could spell more problems for her career. And after this whole deal with Goran, there's a chance that no good coach would want anything to do with Rybakina and be involved with her with all this mess. Overall, it's just an ugly situation, and good on Goran for leaving. Hopefully this doesn't sway him from never coaching again. I hope that he finds someone who would be more appreciative of his time, whether that's a man or women's tennis player. I also wish Rybakina is still the best with the situation, and hopefully it works out for her. But again, I don't know if we'll ever see her have major success. I'm curious to hear what y'all think about the situation. Do you believe that Rybakina will find major success even without Ivanisevic? Also, let me know how you think the whole situation with the investigation will go into Vukov. Will he remain suspended or will they let him off the hook? Again, make sure you subscribe and click the notification bell so you are notified when I post more updates on this ongoing matter. Thank you all again for watching and for your support, and I'll see you all next time here on Christian's Court.